Hello, this is Dr. Tay, and today's episode is Robert F. Kennedy's big thing about fluoridated water. This is quite the rabbit hole, and we got quite the information. Thanks to Nikki for doing all the work going into this. This is Robert F. Kennedy. He's now part of Make America Healthy Again, and he is really interested in pursuing to remove all fluoride in the water. And in my YouTube algorithm, one of the videos suggested yesterday as I was driving the car, I listen to YouTube videos. I don't watch them while I'm driving, obviously. Um, and I was listening to this some guy. I think he was a healthcare official, and he was saying how fluoride is great for the water, and it was doing all of these things that Robert F. Kennedy is crazy and that he should not be the head of health under the Trump administration. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, wow, I got to really make a video about this. So here's the link. What is fluoride? Fluoride is a naturally found compound in water and rocks, as well as in some foods. The minerals can be a byproduct of some industrial thing. Why is fluoride so controversial? Because the American Dental Association and the American Medical Association, they both say that fluoride helps the teeth prevent tooth decay, and that in the amounts that they're putting into our water system is okay. But is it really? And there is an impact on fluoride on IQ, and we're going to go over that and what we know about fluoride and health, and why is fluoride in our water, and why do we put fluoride in our water if it's in our toothpaste, right? Why? If you type in fluoride and Nazis, I think Jesse Ventura, who is a former Navy SEAL, pro wrestler, I think he was the governor of Minnesota. He had this podcast, a radio show or something like that, and he talks about how the German Nazis were fluoridating the water to experiment on people, and how this was making them more prone to suggestion or mind control or all of these things. And people have done research saying that, fact checking this story, that it's true, not true. And we're going to find out what this is really all about. So, first things first, we have this horrible picture of toxic treatment fluoride transformation from industrial waste to public health miracle. And here is a fluoridated water, polio, monkey serums, mental hygiene, and this is an ad to show is a 1950s flyer describing fluoride as a rat poison, the polio vaccine as a communist conspiracy to bring about socialized medicine, and mental health as a Jewish plot to imprison anti-Semites in insane asylums. This article is not about this, obviously, but it's about fluoride. And basically, this article goes to show that in Florida, in order to make industrial agricultural fertilizer, one of the byproducts is what they call highly toxic hydrogen fluoride and silicon tetrafluoride gases. And in the 1970s, these fumes were extravagant, a lot, copious in the amounts that it was polluting the air in Florida. And the waste products were ultimately affecting the farmers and how they farm and their crops. So they had to do things to take care of this. From that, as these chemicals were better handled, one of the byproducts was toxic hydrogen fluoride. And what does it do? If you breathe this stuff in, it causes lung cancer. If some of this stuff touches your skin, it causes you chemical burns. And this is what they call untreated fluoride. And this is the stuff that they're putting into our water system. And I kid you not, the U.S. National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health, aka OSHA, cautions that FSA, which is fluorosilicic acid, an inorganic compound, has dire consequences for any workers that comes into contact. Breathing in fumes can cause lung damage or death, and an accidental splash on bare skin will lead to burning and excruciating pain. fortunately, it can be contained by a high-density cross-linked polyethylene storage tanks. And this is the stuff, I'm kidding you not, this is the stuff that they're putting into your water system. So I'm very, very concerned about that. Now, I want you to pay attention to this map. And this map, where the red areas are, like places like Canada, Mexico, Brazil, Alaska, large parts of South America, some parts of China, some parts of South Korea, they're fluoridating the water. And this is in 2009 map depicting global fluoridated water usage with color indicating the percentage, the population in each country of fluoridated water from natural and artificial sources. So now that they're fluoridating the water in these areas, what are the things that are being caused? Now, the American Dental Association and the American Medical Association, they always refer to this specific article about the benefits of fluoridating the water. If you scroll down and it comes to this, and if you look at the sources from 2 to 4, right? Copy, paste, and search these links. Basically, it is creating that from 1967 to the modern era, right? The tooth decay. And that is that blue line that is going down. And they make this reference from number 1, which is the red line, that fluoridating the water is ultimately having this impact that we're having less tooth decay, right? However, if we go back here, these countries in Eastern Europe and other countries, the same thing's been happening. Tooth decay has been going down as well. So this kind of dismantles the very idea that fluoridating the water is ultimately having less tooth decay. Because if Russia was having major tooth decay problems because they were not fluoridating the water, then why are we not seeing that? Why is India not seeing that? Why are we not seeing the Middle East? And I remember reading this article a long time ago about certain Aboriginal people where they don't brush their teeth. They eat certain diets with a lot of fiber and they don't have tooth decay. It's because they were never introduced to sugar. That was basically it. And so you really got to use, I guess, logic, right, to make better sense of this. Okay, this is another article from Columbia University. Similar time, around 1967 to the modern era, right? Let's look at Australia, Ireland, New Zealand, and United States. United States is in the red line, is all going down. And these are fluoridated countries. Unfluoridated countries like Austria, Belgium, Denmark, Finland, France, Germany, Iceland, Italy, Japan, Netherlands, Norway, Sweden, Switzerland, United Kingdom, they are not fluoridating their water. And the tooth decay trends are also going down. So if fluoridated water is the argument for less tooth decay, this does not make sense because it's got to be other factors. Now, having said that, a lot of the links that the American Dental Association cites, if you look over here, there's no abstract available, which is very, very, concerning. How do you cite a study that does not exist? But I will talk about this. Maternal urinary fluoride and child neural behavior at age 36 months. Basically, mothers who gave birth, they checked their urine sample for fluoride and how their children behaves in daycare. And this study did about 229 women. The outcome is that neural behaviors was quantified using the preschool child behavior checklist, which included composite scores for total problems, internalizing problems, and externalizing problems. The CBCL, which is a child behavior checklist, composite T-scores range from 28 to 100. T-scores from 60 to 63 are in the borderline clinical range, whereas scores above 63 are in the clinical range. Linear logistic regression models adjusted for covariates were conducted. And the conclusion is that in this prospective cohort study of mother-child pairs in Los Angeles, California, prenatal fluoride exposure was associated with increased neurobehavioral problems. Shocking, right? This directly impacts your IQ. So, was the German Nazis correct about this? And that is the big question. Are you susceptible by lowering your IQ, by fluoridating the water, that these people cannot engage in critical thinking and know that they're in a situation where they're getting screwed and they really don't know? I will talk about the pineal gland because this is what all the healthcare providers, and you see a lot of yoga teachers on YouTube talking about their pineal glands, how they're opening up their third eye. And it is a fact that if you drink a lot of fluoridated water, you are calcifying your pineal gland. And your pineal gland is a major gland in part of your endocrine system that produces or secretes melatonin, which is your ability to regulate your circadian rhythm and being able to go to sleep. And people are able to survive without a pineal gland. However, if your pineal gland is affected, your ability to sleep is not deep. And once again, if you're not able to sleep, you're more susceptible. Pineal gland calcification does occur if you drink a lot of fluoridated water. I'm just going to go back to the picture of Robert F. Kennedy, and this is the man that's trying to change this. What is my opinion on this? Okay, when I became a healthcare provider and I started reading about fluoride, the fluoride in your toothpaste is rather safe, but the stuff in your water, that's not cool. That's really not cool because that stuff is untreated, and we're drinking that stuff. And I found this out after I graduated school because I was hanging out with a bunch of healthcare providers that was holistic, and they knew a lot more stuff. I just knew acupuncture and herbs, and they introduced me to this whole world. And after doing that, I got connected to a company called Crystal Quest. These are the guys behind making water filtration systems for the government, and particularly NASA. So their hydroponic systems that they have over there for their space program, so you could grow plants in space and all of these things, they have a specific fluoride filter. And I've been using that for over like 15, 16 years now. And I've been using non-fluoridated toothpaste for the past 16 years. Now, do I feel a difference? I can honestly say, other than it makes me feel better, I can't say like I notice a substantial difference. Based on the scientific research, yeah, this stuff lowers your IQ, your ability to critically think. It lowers that. That is a fact. Two, they are putting chemical fluoride into our drinking water supply, so that is definitely impacting us. And I say, based on the study that I've shown you about the American Dental Association and the American Medical Association saying that fluoridated water prevents tooth decay, that's a load of crap. That really is a load of crap. So if you're listening and watching this, please hit the like button, subscribe, make comments. I'd be happy to answer them. And if you're listening, you're a part of the resistance. Don't wait for these policies to change. You can make the changes yourself. You can purchase a fluoride filter for your thing. You can choose to purchase fluoride-free toothpaste and do all of that, which I already have done in the past 16 years. So thank you for watching,